Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this little girl's easy lace cardigan. So this cardigan can be made in a number of different sizes, and for all of the information on how to make the different sizes, please see the description box below. So thank you very much for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. So to begin your cardigan, you want to start off by making a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, take your yarn and take your finger and wrap the yarn around your finger once and then twice. Then take the first loop and pull it over the second loop, and then take the second loop and pull it all the way over your finger. You then want to take your crochet hook, so take your hook, go in through this space and pull tight, and there you have a slip knot. And now once you have your slip knot, we are now going to make our foundation chain, and for our foundation chain we are going to chain 81. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 81. So I have just finished making my foundation chain of 81. So this is what I have, and now we are ready to move on to round 1 of our cardigan. So to begin round 1, we are going to start off by working 11 double crochets. So 11 double crochets. And we're going to do our first double crochet into the second chain from the hook. So here is the first chain from the hook, and here is the second chain. And into this chain, we're going to do our first double crochet. So yarn over and go down into this chain, the second chain from the hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the final 2 loops on your hook. So there we have 1 double crochet, and now yarn over and go into the next chain and do 1 into this one. Then do 1 into the next chain. So there we have 3, and keep going until you have 11 double crochets. So I have finished doing those double crochets. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 double crochets. And now into the next chain here, we are going to do a double crochet, then chain 1 and then a second double crochet all into this chain. So yarn over, go into the chain and do 1 double crochet, then chain 1 and then do a second double crochet back down into the same chain, like that. So there we have double crochet, chain 1 double crochet all into that chain. And now we are going to do 1 double crochet into each of the next 16 chains. So we are going to do 16 double crochets. So yarn over and go into the next chain and do 1 double crochet. Then do a second one into the next chain. Then a third. And keep doing this until you have 16. So I have finished doing those 16 double crochets, 1 into each chain. And now into the next chain, we're going to do the same thing as we did back here. We're going to do double crochet, chain 1 double crochet all into this next chain. So yarn over and go into the chain and do double crochet, chain 1, then double crochet, back down into the same chain, so like that. And now we are going to do 22 double crochets, or 1 double crochet into each of the next 22 chains. So go into the next chain here and do a double crochet, and then do 1 into the second chain and 1 into the next one, and keep doing this until you have 22. So there I have finished those 22 double crochets, and now into the next chain we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into this chain. So go into the chain and do a double crochet, then chain 1, and then yarn over, go back down into the same chain for a second time and do a second double crochet. So there we have double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into that chain. And now we are going to do 16 more double crochets, or 1 double crochet into each of the next 16 chains. So go into the next chain and do a double crochet, then do 1 into the next, and keep going until you have 16. So like that, so there I have those 16 double crochets, and now into the next chain. For the last time this round, we are going to do a double crochet and then chain 1 and then another double crochet into the chain. So go into the next chain and do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, like that. And now to finish off this round, you just want to do 1 double crochet into each of these last chains, and you should find that that is 11. So do 1 double crochet into each chain to the end, and that should be 11. So I have finished working that all the way along, and I have finished round 1. So this is what you should have. And now we are ready to move on to round 2. So to begin round 2, you want to chain 1 and turn. And this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now to start off this round, we are going to do 1 double crochet into every single stitch until you reach the very first chain 1 space here. So do double crochets all the way along until you reach the first chain 1 space from last round. So I'm going to yarn over and go down into this first stitch here, as our chain 1 did not count as a stitch, and do 1 double crochet, and then do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next one, and just continue this all the way along until the first chain 1 space. So I have finished doing those double crochets. So I have done 1 double crochet into this last stitch here, and now I have reached the first chain 1 space. And we are going to now go into this space and do a double crochet, then chain 1 and then a second double crochet. So yarn over, go down into the chain 1 space and do double crochet, chain 1 and then a second double crochet back down into this space, like that. And now we are going to do 1 double crochet into every single stitch along until you reach the next chain 1 space here. So the next chain 1 space. So yarn over and go into the next stitch and do 1 double crochet. Then do 1 double crochet into the next stitch and 1 into the next. And keep doing this all the way along until you reach the next chain 1 space. So I am just coming to this chain 1 space, so I'm going to do 1 double crochet into this last stitch here, and now I have reached the next chain 1 space, and just like before, we're going to go into this space and do a double crochet, then chain 1 and then another double crochet. So yarn over, go into the space and do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, like that. And now for the rest of round 2, we are just going to continue to work that all the way around. So we're going to do 1 double crochet into every single stitch up until the next chain 1 space here, and then we're going to go into the space and do a double crochet, then chain 1, then another double crochet. And then you want to do 1 double crochet into every stitch until the next chain 1 space, and then into this space do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then you want to do 1 double crochet into each stitch up until the end. So we're just going to continue working that all the way around for round 2. So I have finished working that all the way around for round 2. So I have done 1 double crochet into this last stitch at the very end. And at the end of this round, this is what you should have. And now we are ready to move on to round 3. So we are now on to round 3. And for the next 3 rounds of our cardigan, so for rounds 3, 4 and 5, we are just going to repeat round 2. So we're going to do 3 rounds of round 2. So to begin each round, chain 1 and turn, and that chain 1 never counts as a stitch. Then do 1 double crochet into each stitch until you get to the first chain 1 space. Then go down into the space and do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then do 1 double crochet into each stitch until you reach the next chain 1 space. Then go into the space and do double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Do 1 double crochet into each stitch until the next space. Go into the space and do the same thing. Do 1 double crochet into each stitch until the next space. Do the same thing into that space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And then do 1 double crochet into each stitch to the end. So do that all the way around for round 3, then do it again for round 4 and then for round 5. So we're doing 3 repeats of round 2, and you can go back in the video and re-watch that round as many times as you need to. So keep repeating that until you get to the end of round 5. So I have just finished working those rounds. So you can see I have rounds 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And this is what you should have. So we have a big loop, and this is the front of our cardigan. This is the armhole, and this is the other armhole. And then this long section is the back. And now we are ready to move on to round 6. And round 6 is a very important round, as in this round we are going to be adding in the shape of our cardigan. So we're going to be adding in our front, back and 2 armholes. So to begin round 6, you want to chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now to start off this round, we're going to do 2 double crochets both down into this first stitch here. So yarn over and go down into the very first stitch and do 1 double crochet, and then do a second double crochet back down into this same stitch. And now we are going to do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 into the next, and then 1 into the third one along. So there we have 2 double crochets into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do that 3 more times. So we're going to do 2, 1, 1, 1, 3 more times. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, and do 2 double crochets both into this one, and then do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So like that, so there we have our first repeat of those stitches, 2, 1, 1, 1. So we need to do 2 more repeats, and then you should have 4 repeats or 4 sets of those stitches in total. So do that 2 more times. So there I have finished doing those repeats, and I have 4 sets of those stitches in total. And you should find that that takes you to the very first chain 1 space here. So once you have done that last double crochet, you should have reached the chain 1 space. And we are going to go into this chain 1 space and do 1 double crochet. So yarn over and go down into this chain 1 space and do a double crochet. And now you want to chain 1, so chain 1, and we are going to stop here and skip all of these stitches up until the next chain 1 space here. So we have done a double crochet, then chain 1 into this chain 1 space, and we're going to stop here and skip all of these stitches up until the next chain 1 space, and then into this space we're going to do a double crochet. So we have done double crochet, chain 1 into this space, and now yarn over and go to the next chain 1 space here, insert your hook into this space, and then yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and pull through the final 2 loops on your hook. So work a double crochet, and there you can see we have done our very first armhole. So that has created our first armhole. And now we are going to move on to the back of our cardigan. And for the back of our cardigan, we're just going to work our sets of 2 double crochets into 1 stitch, then 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, all the way along up until the next chain 1 space here. So yarn over and go into the first stitch here, so into this first double crochet right after the chain 1 space, and do 2 double crochets like that, and then do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 2, 1, 1, and 1. And we're just going to continue working those sets all the way along until you reach the next chain 1 space. So do 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1 for the back. So I have finished doing that all the way along. So I have finished off with 2 double crochets, 1, 1, 1, and that has taken me to the next chain 1 space here. And just like before, we're going to go into this chain 1 space and do a double crochet. So yarn over, go down into the chain 1 space and do 1 double crochet. And then you want to chain 1, so chain 1, but then stop here and skip all of these stitches up until the next chain 1 space, and then into this space we are going to do a double crochet. So we have done double crochet, chain 1 into this space. Now yarn over, skip all of these stitches up until the next chain 1 space, go into the space and do a double crochet. And when you do a double crochet, try to kind of pull your work together so that you get a nice tight stitch. So there we have done a double crochet into that space, and we have created our next armhole. And now to finish off this round, we're just going to do our sets of 2, 1, 1, 1 all the way along to the very end. So yarn over, go down into this next stitch and do 2 double crochets like that. And now do 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So there we have 2, 1, 1, 1, and just continue this until you get to the very end. So I am just coming to the end of round 6, so I have done that all the way along and finished off with 2, 1, 1, 1. But now to finish off this round, to finish round 6, we are going to do 1 extra double crochet down into this last stitch here. So we already have 1 double crochet into this last stitch at the end, as we did 2, 1, 1, 1. But we're going to finish off with 1 extra double crochet down into this last stitch. So we have done 2 double crochets down into that last stitch at the end. And now at the end of round 6, you should have 87 stitches around. So 87, and it's really important that you make sure that you have that number. So I would recommend that you just go back and check that you do have 87 all the way around. And if you do, we are ready to move on to round 7. And you can see at the end of round 6, we have created the shape of our cardigan. So we have a front, a back, and 2 little armholes. And now we're ready to move on to the next round. So we are now on to round 7 of our cardigan. And in this round, we are going to be starting our lace pattern. So to begin this round, you want to chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 never counts as a stitch. And now we are going to go down into this very first stitch here and do 1 double crochet. So yarn over and go down into this very first stitch and do 1 double crochet. And now you want to chain 1, so chain 1, and skip 2 stitches. So skip 1 and 2. And now into the next stitch, we are going to do a V. And when we do a V, we do a double crochet, then chain 3, and then another double crochet, all into the same stitch. So we have done double crochet, chain 1, skip 2 stitches, and then we're going to do double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, or a V into the next stitch. So yarn over, go down into the next stitch, and do a double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and then a second double crochet back down into the same stitch, and that gives us a V like that. And now you want to chain 1, so chain 1 and skip 4 stitches, so skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the next stitch we're going to do another V, so double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, so yarn over, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the next stitch and do double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and a second double crochet down into the same stitch. And now you want to chain 1 again, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, then do a V into the next stitch. Like that. And we are just going to continue to repeat that all the way along for round 7. We're going to do a V into 1 stitch, chain 1 and then skip 4 stitches. A V into the next stitch, chain 1, then skip 4 stitches all the way along. So we have done a V, so now chain 1 and skip 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do a V into the next stitch, and remember, whenever you do a V, do double crochet, chain 3, and then another double crochet into the same stitch. Now chain 1 and skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and just continue this all the way along. So I am just coming to the end of round 7. So I have done my last V into this stitch here, and you should find that you have 3 stitches left at the end. 1, 2, 3. And what we are going to do to finish off is we're going to chain 1, skip the next 2 stitches, and then in this very last stitch at the very end we're going to do a double crochet. So finish off with chain 1, skip 2 stitches, and then a double crochet into the last stitch at the end. So there we have done round 7, and we're ready to move on to round 8. So to begin round 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and this does not count as a stitch. And now you want to go down into this very first stitch here, so down into this double crochet and do 1 double crochet. And now we're going to move on to our first V, and we're going to go in the middle of this V and do 7 double crochets. So 7 all into the middle of this V. So yarn over, go into the V and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and finally 7 double crochets. So you want to do 7 all into that V, and we're just going to repeat that all the way along. So into the middle of every V from last round we're going to do 7 double crochets. So do 7 double crochets here, 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, all the way along. So we have done 7 into this V. So now yarn over and go straight into the middle of the next V and do 7 double crochets. like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now yarn over, go into the next V and do 7 into this one, and just continue this all the way along. So I am just coming to the end of round 8, so I have done 7 double crochets into this last V here. And now to finish off the round, we're going to do a final double crochet into this last stitch at the end. So yarn over, go into this last stitch and do one last double crochet. So there we have finished round 8, and now we're ready to move on to round 9. So we are now on to round 9, and to begin this round you want to chain 1 and turn, and this chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So now we're going to go down into this first stitch here and do 1 double crochet. So do a double crochet down into this very first stitch. And now chain 1, and then we are going to go to the middle of this first set of 7 double crochets here. So into this first kind of shell, we're going to go into the middle stitch, so that is the 4th double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then into this stitch, so the 4th double crochet, we're going to do a V. So we're going to do double crochet, chain 3, double crochet all into this stitch. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, go into this 4th stitch, so in the middle of the shell, and do double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and then another double crochet into this stitch. So there we have done a V into the middle of that shell, and now you want to chain 1, so chain 1, and we're going to move on to the next shell here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go into the middle, so the 4th double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do a V. So yarn over, go into the 4th double crochet and do double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, then double crochet back down into the same stitch like that. And now chain 1 and go to the next shell and do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and do a V into this stitch. So right in the middle of the shell, the 4th double crochet. So like that. And we're going to repeat that all the way along for this round. We're going to chain 1 and then do a V in the middle of the next shell. Then chain 1 and do a V in the middle of the next shell. And just continue that all the way along. And remember, to do a V, you do double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and the middle of each shell is the 4th double crochet. So I have done a V here, so now I'm going to chain 1. You must always remember that, chain 1, go to the next shell and count 1, 2, 3, 4, and go into this stitch and do double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, or a V. Like that, and just continue this all the way along. So I am just finishing off round 9, so I have done my last V here into this last shell, and then to finish off you want to chain 1 and then do a final double crochet into this last stitch at the end. So finish off with a chain 1 and then a last double crochet, and there we have finished round 9 and we are ready to move on to the next round. So we are now on to round 10, and the rest of the length of our cardigan is very simple. You just want to repeat rounds 8 and round 9, so the last 2 rounds that we just did, again and again and again until you feel that your cardigan is long enough. So we have just finished round 9, so now you want to do round 8 again, then round 9, then round 8, then round 9, and keep repeating those rounds until you have the length that you want. So round 8 is a round with the shells, so you want to chain 1 and turn, do a double crochet into the first stitch, then do 7 double crochets into every V around, creating the shells, and finish off with a double crochet in the last stitch at the end. So you do that all the way around for round 8, and then round 9 is the round that we just did with the V's. So chain 1 and turn, do a double crochet into the first stitch, chain 1 and then into the first shell, do a V, then chain 1 and do a V, chain 1 into every single shell around, finishing off with chain 1 and a last double crochet at the end. So do rounds 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9 until you have the length that you want, and you can go back in the video and keep re-watching those rounds as many times as you need to. And when you get to the very end, you want to finish off on a round 8. So finish off on a round with the shells, and then you will have finished. So just keep repeating the last 2 rounds that we just did again and again and again. So I finished repeating those rounds until I got the length that I want, and then when I got to the end, I fastened off and weaved all of my ends into the inside of my cardigan, and I then added 2 little buttons at the top and made little button loops on the opposite side, or you could just use the spaces in between the stitches as buttonholes, and I have finished. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it easy to follow. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more crochet videos. And in the description box below this video, I will leave a link to where you can find my Twitter account. So if you would like to go and follow me on there, I always like to post updates and pictures of upcoming tutorials, and I would love to see photos of your crochet work on Twitter as well. And in the description box, I will also leave a link to where you can find some of my written patterns if you are interested. And thank you again for watching. Bye.